Hi, this is Morley and this is the Empire. In this video, we are going to look at why Nancy Pelosi says that there should not be any presidential debates between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Well, you know what? For once, I actually agree with Nancy Pelosi. There shouldn't be any debates, but not for the reasons that she says. Watch this video here and just watch her body language and everything. This should be an FBI training video to detect if someone's lying. Enjoy the cringe.
Since you asked about that, I myself, just don't tell anybody I told you this, especially don't tell Joe Biden. I don't think that there should be any debates. I do not think that the President of the United States has comported himself in a way that anybody should, and that has any association with truth, evidence, data, and facts. I wouldn't legitimize a conversation with him, nor a debate in terms of the presidency of the United States. Now, I know that the Biden campaign thinks in a different way about this, but I thought what he did in the 2016 was disgraceful, stalking Hillary Clinton like that. I was disappointed that the press didn't say, go back to your station. You're not here. You don't own this stage. You have your own podium. She has hers. So I think that he'll probably act in a way that is beneath the dignity of the presidency. He does that every day. But I think he will also belittle what the debates are supposed to be about. And they're not to be about the skullduggery on the part of somebody who has no respect for the office he holds, much less the democratic process. Why else would he try to undermine the elections in the manner in which he is doing? So if Joe Biden asked you what I thought about it, I don't think that he should dignify that conversation with Donald Trump. You ask them any questions, both of them. Just take their own stage for any number of conversations about any subjects. Hold them accountable. What are they proposing? What is their vision? What is their knowledge? How are we going to get it done? How do they connect with the American people? Let that be a conversation with the American people, not an exercise in skullduggery. Thank you all.
Well, Nancy, I hate to break it to you, but that's really not the case. Skullduggery, really? The presidential debates have been a fixture in the American presidential electoral process since 1960. So now you want to stop the debates on the basis of skullduggery. Well, let's be real here. Joe Biden is in no condition whatsoever to debate anyone on anything. I don't even think he should be at a high school debate, let alone a presidential debate. The man clearly has cognitive issues. I mean, there's no hiding it anymore. He's not even fit to debate anyone on anything, let alone for the presidency, let alone be president. I mean, if you're a Democrat, how could you conceivably even vote for Joe Biden? I mean, he just doesn't have the mental wherewithal to be president. Would you trust someone like Joe Biden with the nuclear codes that could effectually end civilization as we know it? I don't think so. He's simply not fit to be president. That's the long and the short of it. But let's get into this article here. Democrats essentially concede the election. Nancy Pelosi demands no debates as Democrats face the truth that Joe Biden is a walking Alzheimer's patient who belongs in a nursing home. Yeah, that's a fair assessment. Democrats have essentially conceded the election as Speaker of the House. Nancy Pelosi has just declared, I don't think there should be any debates, absurdly claiming that Joe Biden debating with the President of the United States would dignify Donald Trump and therefore can't be allowed to take place. With this, the Democrats are now conceding the election to Trump, realizing that their brain damaged candidate, Joe Biden, cannot form sentences except in offline, heavily edited videos. Asking Joe Biden to debate in a live format would be like asking a house cat to use a typewriter. You'd end up with nothing but random garbage output. The Democrats are apparently convinced Joe Biden's mental faculties are so weak he can't handle a single conversation with someone the Democrats claim is unfit for office. It raises the obvious question: if Joe Biden is too mentally weak to debate Trump, how is Biden supposed to lead America? The Democrats already know that they can't win this election if it's fair. They can only win by cheating, which is what leftists do every minute of every day by their very nature. Big tech cheats selectively censoring all conservative voices. I certainly can relate to that one, that's for sure. The media cheats by demonizing all conservatives while burying all the negative dirt on Democrats, such as Bill Clinton's connection with pedophile Epstein. Local voting districts cheat by mail out in a flurry of mail in ballots so they can rig the results by cheat by mail schemes. In the 2016 debates, Hillary Clinton was given debate questions in advance by CNN, while Trump had no such privilege. By the way, remember when the left wing media went berserk when Trump said he would not concede defeat in advance? Now it's Hillary's who's claiming Joe Biden should not concede defeat under any circumstances, even if he loses. Now, Democrats are cheating by trying to destroy the U.S. economy with forced punitive coronavirus lockdowns, all the while unleashing mass chaos in the streets of America through the use of shock troops, Antifa and BLM terrorists, who all support left-wing agendas. Even the pandemic lockdowns are a form of cheating, as the economy is deliberately sabotaged in an effort to try and hurt Trump. Now that the Democrats don't care how many lives they destroy in the process, as long as they regain power, for them it's all about the power, no matter how many people have to be harmed in the process. Democrats will burn America to the ground if it allows them to seize the White House and regain political control. This is all part of Pelosi's plan to seize the White House for herself. The plan of the Democrats is Operation Chaos, because so much chaos and confusion that the election results will be thrown into doubt all the way through January 20th. At this point, Nancy Pelosi will declare herself to be president, claiming the election outcome for Trump Pence is uncertain. The complicit, treasonous media will go along with the ploy, while an army of left-wing lawyers file endless legal claims as a delaying tactic. Democrats have already explained they intend to call on the United States military to remove Trump by force if he refuses to concede the election, even if he wins. In fact, Nancy Pelosi said herself when she recently called Trump and all Republicans enemies of the state, a claim that you would expect to hear from in a former Soviet Union, not a constitutional republic. Earlier on January 21st, Pelosi claimed Trump would be removed from the White House whether he knows it yet or not. Ultimately, the Democrats will lose and be disbanded. The reason the Democrats are now so desperate is because their election rigging won't work this time. Trump already has seen this election in the bag, especially given the shocking lack of enthusiasm for Joe Biden, a candidate who quite literally remains locked in a basement, kept away from the public, all under the pathetic excuse of COVID-19. Not only will the Democrats lose the election, they will be exposed as the criminals that they are. The DNC have learned from well-informed sources will be disbanded after numerous Democrat crimes are exposed, not just money laundering and treason, but pedophilia, drug trafficking, taking kickbacks from cartels, etc. I explain the forces behind all this in the second podcast below, which reveals why Trump will win and the Democrats will go down in flames. Whatever the Democrats can't control, they seek to destroy. But this doesn't mean it's going to be easy street for America. The Democrats will continue to try to burn down the nation and escalate their murderous attacks on innocent people across the country. They will unleash more BLM Antifa shock troops to cause mass chaos, looting, arson, and shootings on the streets of America. The treasonous, complicit media will continue to claim that all left wing terrorists are mostly peaceful while vilifying patriots who stand their ground and defend private property and innocent lives. Big tech will continue to censor all pro America voices. Oh, that sucks for me. While allowing their own platforms to be openly used by left wing terrorists to plan and carry out mass casualty in American cities. Watch for bombings to commence soon. Democrats are doing everything in their power to turn America into a battleground of mass chaos and death. And they're doing that precisely because they know they cannot win the election. And whatever Democrats cannot control, they seek to destroy. This is the core of their value system, and that is why they are called demon rats. Because the function is demons and rats. Even rats don't murder their own babies and burn down their own nests, but Democrats do. They have less intelligence than street rats and are probably less human than rats, come to think of it. All who wish to preserve America will vote for Donald Trump in November, and he will win in an electoral landslide. Yes, he will. I mean, the Democrats are seriously in a tailspin right now. I'm I'm sure you all watched at least some of the DNC debates. I mean, that was like a wake or a funeral or something. No energy, no nothing. There is no way Joe Biden will win. Thank you very much for coming along to my video. Please remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe. It would greatly help the channel. And God bless.